21-day Feel Better, Move Better challenge. Today our movement is going to be based around standing sequences, predominantly our warrior poses, which I'm sure if you've done yoga or not, you've potentially heard of before. So today we're going to start standing at the top of our mat in our Tadasana, and we are going to have the palms open. We're going to let the body wriggle out any stresses or any niggles that's bothering it, or any stress, shake it out, and then we can start to find stillness. Place one hand to the heart, one hand to the belly. Draw the gaze down or close the eyes as you start to connect to yourself, checking in with you. How do I feel today? What do I need today? What could I do for myself today that would enhance my well-being? And then gradually, slowly, steadily start to breathe into the hands. Start to move into your expansive yogic 3-part breath. Inhaling now into the chest, into the ribs, into the navel. As you exhale, feel the body relax, the shoulders soften, and feel grounded sensation in your feet, connecting you to the earth. Inhale again, filling up, opening the lungs, feeling the expansion. And exhaling completely that breath away. We don't want any of that stale air, we want to get rid of the entire breath. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Now if you need a little bit longer here to connect to your breath, please stay as long as you like. You can never do too much breath work. Stay for another 2 minutes, another 10, another 20 if you want to. We are going to start to add these movements in now. So when you're ready, we're going to inhale, reach the arms up above the head. As we exhale, we're going to bend into the knees and we're going to sit into our chair pose. Now I touched upon chair a couple of sessions ago, but for now we're going to just let the weight shift along the feet. Let's let it rock back and forth, maybe into the toes, letting the heels lift, and maybe let the toes lift. Just do what works for you, easing into your chair, into your body. As you exhale, we're going to take a fold forwards. We're going to hinge from the hips and we're going to find the toes. We're going to tuck the chest into the thighs, bending into the knees as much as we need to. We're going to hold here for a few breaths. Now when we breathe, we focus on the breath coming into the belly, but I'd like you to focus now on the breath in the back of the body. So the back ribs, the shoulder blades, really feel how when you consciously breathe into that space, you feel it soften and open. Just enjoy a few breaths here. I'm going to turn, otherwise I'm going to be the wrong way. And then from here we're going to release the toes. Inhale, standing all the way up in our Tadasana. Exhale as we bend the knees back into our chair pose. I'm going to press into the right foot now and we're going to slowly lift. Seeing if we feel a bit wobbly, if we are, so what? We're going to then step the left foot into our warrior one, which you've already met with me already. So reaching the arms up, anchoring down into that left heel, and really switching the glutes on here, especially if you feel that knee dipping, all right? We're going to lengthen to the sides, reach up. I always opt to take my palms a little bit wider. If you've got broad shoulders, you might prefer to go even wider, or you might like to be a bit more traditional and bring the palms together, in which case bring the gaze to your thumbs. As you exhale, we're going to turn the left foot out slightly and bring the left arm back, right arm forwards in front. So we're creating a nice little bit of chest opening here, really expanding from arm to arm. From here, we're going to take the bend out of the right knee, Reach the arms up and tap the palms. Exhale as you bend it into the knee, back into your warrior two. You can always go a little bit deeper. And then inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale up. As you exhale now, we are going to hold. You're going to shift your gaze along your front middle finger. Now when these poses get challenging, the arms start to ache, remind yourself, these are designed to help us build strength, stamina and endurance. So it's normal to feel like, oh my God, how much longer have I got to hold this for? 2 more breaths if you're wondering. 1 and 2. And then we're going to flip this right palm and we're going to reverse our warrior. So our left hand is going to come to the back of the thigh. Right arm is going to reach all the way up towards the ceiling, maybe back a little bit. You want to create a lovely opening for this right side of the body here. As you exhale, we're going to bring your right forearm to your thigh and your left arm is going to create a nice stretch to the left side of the body. Really plug down into that left heel. Really extend and reach into those fingertips. So you want a really deep, juicy stretch across that left side. Watch your right shoulders not creeping in towards your ear. And then we're going to take this back to reverse warrior. Bring the left hand back to the thigh, right arm up and back. Exhale, extended side angle. Forearm to the thigh, left side is long. Feel that nice opening. And back into your reverse warrior. From this reverse warrior now, we're going to lengthen the right leg, but we are not going to lock the joint. Now you could potentially do with a brick here, which I should have said in the beginning, but it should be in your description. And you can potentially place this brick on the inside of your foot or even the outside. Now as we come forwards with this arm, we're going to then bring the right hand down to your brick or to your foot or your big toe, and the left arm is going to stack directly above. And we're going to shift the gaze or our drishti towards our left thumb. We're going to hold here, inhale. As you exhale, actively scissor the legs in like you're squeezing those thighs in towards one another. 2 more breaths in our Trikonasana or triangle pose. 1 and 2. And then we're going to come into our reverse warrior again. So inhale, coming up. Bending into the right knee, right arm reaching up. And then we're going to bring the hands to the waist. We're going to lengthen the right leg. We're going to turn the right toes in. And then we're going to hinge from the hips here into a fold. So you're going to fold, lead with your chest. And we're going to bring the chest maybe parallel. Maybe walking the hands all the way down to the mat. If you can't reach, we have props to help us reach. So we can always bring the floor a little bit closer to us. We're going to take just 2 more breaths here. 1 and 2. Maybe melting a little bit deeper on that exhalation. And then we'll have the block handy in case we need it on the other side. But we're going to inhale and come up. We're going to turn the left toes now to face the edge of the mat. And our right toes are going to turn in slightly. Bend into the left knee, finding that warrior 1 just on our left side now. So notice how it feels on each side. Sometimes one side of the body really enjoys a pose, whereas the other doesn't so much. And it's good to get to know your body, what it likes and what it doesn't like. From our warrior 1, exhale, arms out wide, right arm back, left forwards into your warrior 2. Now just check, because sometimes we get a little bit in front of ourselves. So we want to think shoulders over these hips. And then once you've got that nice alignment, we can inhale, reach the arms up, taking the bend out, and exhale, back down. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. And again. One more. Then we're going to turn the front palm Reach it up towards the ceiling as the back arm drops to the back of the thigh. Look for space now in the left side of your body. As you exhale, we're going to keep the bend in the knee, bringing your left forearm to your left thigh. Right arm is going to create that nice diagonal stretch across the hip. Almost lean back into the pose. Feel that lovely opening, hopefully across the front of that hip as well. Inhale, reverse your warrior. Exhale back to our extended side angle. Forearm to the thigh, right side is super long and stretched. And inhale, coming back up again. We're going to now lengthen this left leg, but try not to lock the joint. We want to keep a soft bend so that we can work the muscles around the joints rather than collapsing into them. As you exhale, reaching forwards and down, maybe finding your block again or going for the toe. We don't actually have to use one. Sometimes I'll press my hand into my shin and the right arm up. We're still creating the shapes, we're still opening the body. We just modify and tweak it to us a little bit. Inhale. As you exhale, you might create a bit more room, or we might not. One more breath. Inhale, come into your reverse warrior, bending into that left knee. The left arm is reaching up. Bringing the hands to the waist. Lengthen that left leg, turn the left toes in. Now we're going to bring the heels in as well, so the toes are outwards. We're going to come into our goddess pose. So embrace your inner goddess. And inhale, reach the arms up. As you exhale, we're going to bend the knees and cactus the arms. And just see if your knees are going in the same direction as the toes. And have a little bit of a shimmy maybe. Let the hips sway from side to side. Almost like you're easing into your hips. Then we're going to inhale, come up. Stretch up, palms together. Exhale back into your goddess. Inhale, coming up. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Once more. This time we're going to have a little hold, and you can either choose to hold here, or we're going to bring one forearm to the thigh, and the opposite arm is going to come over and create that lovely side stretch, a little bit like the sensation we had in our extended side angle. Inhale to come up, exhale, finding the side bend on the other side, and coming back up to center, this time arms up. 3, you can always come out sooner if you need, or you can go lower if you want to. 2, and 1. Bring the hands to the waist, lengthen the legs, turn the heels out so your feet are parallel. Some people like to pigeon toe in slightly. It's entirely what suits your hips and your anatomy makeup. When you're ready, exhale, folding forwards. And this time, again, you can use your brick if the floor is a little bit far out. If not, we're going to go for hand to toe variation. We're going to bend into the knees. No, we're not. We're going to bend into the elbows, but you can bend softly into your knees, absolutely. 5 breaths here, guys. 1. 2, 3, 4, and last one. We're going to release the toes. Inhale, we're going to come all the way back up, and then we're going to step to the front of your mat. Once you've found the front of your mat in your Tadasana, we're going to inhale back into our chair. We're going to add our warrior 3 now, so this is a balance one. So if you hear yourself saying things like, oh, I'm rubbish at balance, delete all of those nonsense comments. No, we're not rubbish at this. We might be a little bit rubbish from day to day in certain postures, but let go of any judgment you have over your balance, over yourself. Just see what happens. You might surprise yourself. And our balance changes every day, so don't get stuck on my right is really good and my left is not so much. That will change daily. So we're going to bend into the knees and we're going to come into our chair. We're going to come from chair. We're going to press into our right foot. We're going to just float this left leg up. See how we feel here. You might think, no, I need both feet on the ground today, and that's fine. Or you might think, no, I'm ready. Well, clearly I'm not. So I'm going to pause. Control the breath, especially with balances. As you exhale now, we're going to slowly start to pendulum that chest forwards as we lengthen and extend through that left leg. As you inhale, keep lengthening, keep reaching, keep stretching and breathing. 3. Don't worry if your warrior 3 looks more like this shape. It's still a warrior 3, trust me. When you reach your 3rd breath, you're going to bend into your right knee. Your left foot will meet your right in your chair. Inhale, come out, pause for a moment, take a breath if you need to. When your breath has had a chance to regulate and you feel more grounded, reach the arms up, bend into the knees, back into our chair. This time we're going to start to shift the weight into our left foot, allowing the right leg to float. And if you feel, no, I don't want to go for warrior 3, you absolutely don't have to. And if you do, sending that right leg back now and extending. Now the first side, we kept the arms out, which you're more than welcome to do, but that will create more heat. You are more than welcome to bring your hands to the heart center. Some people like to bring them to the side. You can always bring them behind. But be playful with your practice. If we wobble, we wobble. If we fall, we fall. We just get back up again. When you're ready, micro bend into that left knee. Step your right to meet your left. Inhale, coming up. Pause for 5 breaths, and then we're going to do that again. 1. 2. 3. 4. 5. Now we're not going to go from chair this time, so we might improve our balance, we might make it worse, who knows? But always be a little bit more playful in your approach to your practice sometimes. Life is so serious, why are we going to be so serious on the mat? So when you're ready, we're going to go back into our right foot to ground. Let's bring our hands to our hips for this one. From here, we're going to just start to give the weight to the right foot. When you feel ready, and only then, slowly start to create your warrior 3 shape. I'm going to lengthen. Personally, I prefer to look more ahead. When I look down, I feel like it makes it very heavy, whereas if I shift the gaze slightly ahead, it just feels a little bit lighter. If we've got it, 3 more breaths. Don't worry if we don't. 1. 2. And 3. Slowly back to standing. Well done. Say well done to your ankles, to your feet, because even if you don't manage to hold the balance, guess what? It's still beneficial for our ankles, for our balance, for our mobility, for everything that we're working on is still working even if we don't hold the balance, all right? So we're win-win. Change sides, ground into your left side. Now you might want to fix your gaze. That might be useful. Pick a point to focus on. When you feel ready, you can very slowly keep the gaze at that point. And we are going to then extend that back leg. Now we kept the hands on the hips, and you are more than welcome to, but why not experiment with the arms? Worst that's going to happen is we get a little bit too wobbly and we have to take another variation. 3 more breaths. Come out sooner if you need. 1. 2. And 3. Back to stand. bending the knees, find the opposite elbows with the opposite hands, and let's just have a little sway from side to side here. Send some lovely breaths into between the shoulder blades. And then drop the hands to the mat and slowly bring yourself down onto your mat. We are going to close seated. So I think I'm going to stay on my knees today, but if you would prefer to get your block and sit cross-legged and practice that as a pose, because it takes practice. If not here is fine, or cross-legged is fine. Draw your attention inwards, close the eyes or take the gaze down. And if you like how it feels to connect the hands to the breath, then place the hands on the body. If you prefer not to, absolutely fine. We all want and need different things from our practice. Controlling the breath, slowing it down. And I'd like you to take a breath now where you inhale for a count of 4 and you exhale for a count of 6, both breaths through the nose. So I'll count the first to 2 for you. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. In, 1, 2, 3, 4, out, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Continue that on your own for a few moments. Now you're going to bring your breaths back to equal parts, in for 4 and out for 4, both through the nose. Now continue to breathe in that way, but drop the hands with your palms facing open. And take a breath in through the nose and sigh out the mouth. Let your shoulders relax. Let your jaw relax. As you allow yourself a few moments of stillness before the rest of your day resumes. Please don't ever feel bad for this stillness. Remind yourself, if you do, that it is necessary. And then we're going to close the palms together at the heart center. And I always like you to remind yourself to practice gratitude here. Gratitude for yourself for showing up today. But what other one thing are you grateful for today? It can be anything. Maybe you got to have a cup of tea and finish it from start to finish without interruption. It can be anything. Once you have reminded yourself of what you're grateful for today, we can close our practice together, and if you wish, you can bow your chin with me to chest. Thank you again, guys, for joining me for your standing practice, and I look forward to sharing what I have ready for you tomorrow. Day 6. Thanks, guys, and I'll see you soon.